garden, sit back, kick off your shoes a minute, bro. The busyness for life, you know we're choosy with it, sprung up from the soul. Soon I'm gonna be snoozing in it. Got so many breaths, I take them deep, won't introduce a limit. Cause it's a season, no rest. How can I live when I'm diseased and depressed? I dug deep and I found peace in the chest. Can't no one take that from me, not even the press. I'm just one man, one woman. You maybe missed my genesis. I've been there, stepped through it. You must have missed my exodus. Leave out a cut step to me, I'ma flip it, cause I'm chef to this. The numbers stood around, I mean now it don't stem to arithmetics. Hit the brakes, slow it down and we gon' get the pace. On the race, man of every nation, ain't no Chevy Chase. Though I got one too, it's a box 1 2. Just to hold all my tools in the boss son too. But I won't floss on you. What's that cross gon' do? I'm too cool with that cheese sauce, I frost fondue. Hey, wasting breath, words lost on you. Well now we exercising demons like a shaman do. Don't you know we can only...
Hey folks, welcome back to another Timonspodcast. I'm your host Timon, and this is my podcast, Real Conversations with Authentic People. And man, do I have a good conversation for everyone here today. I got to sit down in the garden with Black J. This will probably be my last garden podcast this year. The garden is looking a little bare. It is October. That's when things seem to fall. And that's what's happening in our garden. But I was able to capture the last little bits of it with Black J, and I'm so glad I was able to. Every time I sit down with Jay, man, we have great conversations. I just love the way he thinks, and man, it's just to hear what he's doing. He's always doing big stuff, and I love to see the progression of it. Man, we've had so many different conversations, go back for years. I've had him on multiple times, and each one of those episodes is a great one. And he just keeps on growing, man. He just keeps on striving and moving, and I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the friendship we have and just the conversations we have that we can record and post out there. And this is one that will go in the books for sure. So you guys aren't going to want to miss this conversation. But before we get to it, I've got something exciting to announce. Yes, this episode has a sponsor. So let me do a little ad read for the sponsor. So, welcome to Quiet River Massage and Revival, where we make your worries flow away like a tranquil river. Quiet River Massage and Revival is a massage business in Syracuse, Indiana, founded by Jasmine, LMT. Jasmine provides 30, 60, and 90-minute massages with the option to add hot rocks or essential oils. Treat yourself to relaxation this fall by scheduling a massage. We have appointments available Monday through Saturday. You can schedule online at quietRiverRevivalAndMassage.square.site or by calling and texting 574-501-3338. Again, that's 574-501-3338. So thank you so much, Jasmine, for sponsoring this episode. And I will say I've had many massages from Jasmine, and do they relax you? Yes, they do. And there's nothing better than just realizing, oh, I was really tight there. I had a lot of soreness there. Jasmine gets in and does work. She does really good work. So I would definitely go check her out. I will put the link to her website below in the show notes. Click on that. I'll put her phone number down there as well. Schedule yourself a massage. Treat yourself because, man, before the holidays come, that can get a lot stressful. The winter comes, just relax. Get yourself a massage. You're not going to regret it. You're only going to enjoy it. It's going to be good for your health, and it's definitely Timon guaranteed. I've had it multiple times, multiple massages, and you're going to love it. So, yeah, check out Jasmine's Quiet River and Massage. Thank you so much for sponsoring, Jasmine. So, all right, guys. Well, enough of that. Enough of the business. Oh, yeah, wait. We're not done with the business. Real quickly, follow me on Twitter, Timonspodcast. Follow me on YouTube, Timonspodcast. Subscriber count keeps on going up. The view count keeps on going up. We appreciate you guys. And I just thank you to everyone that's listening. I appreciate the amount of people that are listening. I see the numbers, and it's like, whoa, what, how? So that's where I'm at with that. So anyways, appreciate you all. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to Black J. Peace.
In fact, that's what he saw. The foundation's gotta work to crack. I laid the rebar. We could hit the gym or we could grab the freaking b-ball. My people, grain of the earth, drowning on the seashore. Get in the raft, take a nap, that's to restore. And dream big, my friends, we don't need another C-store or E-store. We can't be living intolerant. Found a spark in the dark, well, I think you better follow it. Married to it, my friend's a Dordo from a Halloran. Father modeled roles, I'll do my best to keep from hollering. It ain't about the sin, it's about...
Bro, welcome.
Man, thank you, bro. Thank you. Here, cheers to that.
Cheers, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, we're drinking that. We should have put whiskey in it.
We should have, bro. You know,
Has some
never
whiskey.
too. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Not here,
No,
but
no,
somewhere.
of
Yeah. Dude, Black Jay, welcome, dude. I texted you, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I said, dude, we need to get in the garden. And so this is great because, like I said, the garden's dying. Season's changing. So I'm glad we got this in.
We're gonna close out the chapter, the garden chapter.
I don't think I will be interviewing anyone else this year in the garden, just because, like I said, I'm harvesting everything.
Yeah. What you could do, bro, is you could, put up like a green screen and you can make like a fake garden just to prolong it. It ain't gonna be the same, like CGI, CGI flowers and stuff. So.
Yeah. And you could like every episode watch a thing grow. I could like, you know what I'm saying? Like the one in the CGI is down here. The next episode is up there, right?
Exactly. Yep. Beautiful.
I've talked to Allison about I said, what would be cool is if we had a greenhouse in this area. We've talked about it. We're going to rearrange a bunch of stuff. But instead of investing in a studio, maybe I invest in a greenhouse and I do my podcast outside all year round in the garden. So you do see that kind of.
That would be perfect,
I was
bro.
thinking that would be
That
sick.
would be perfect,
So
man.
That's if I'm going to invest in something, I might as well invest in both.
I was thinking about that on the way here, man. I was like, yo, bro, it'd be really cool if you had like your own. Well, first of all, I was thinking like it'd be cool if you were on radio. Because I would love to hear you on radio.
That would be.
I think you'd be like a great on-air
like
personality.
Yeah.
You'd be fantastic. But I was like, man, it'd be cool to like, however you want to have your own studio. You know what I'm saying, to do that. So
Yeah.
It's funny that you say the greenhouse thing. It'd be great.
I think that's one. I've there's this guy in Goshen who owns a couple buildings in Goshen, and one of the third floors is it's just a wreck. The first 2 floors, pristine, beautiful shops and their businesses. And their third floor, there's a lot of it's pretty like dilapidated.
Like storage and stuff like that.
Not even that, like stuff's kind of falling off.
Okay.
It's just not. There's been no touch or love to it for years, But it used to be an old dance hall.
Really?
So there's like a huge like floor and a bar, all this stuff that like in the 40s they would just vibe out there. But now for years it's been down. And
Wow.
so I'm like, that would be cool to like see if I could find a way to
Yeah.
restore that.
Oh,
Maybe someday, I don't know.
bro, that would be perfect.
I gotta start planting seeds, and so keep talking about it. But it would be cool to do something like that. Or sometimes I'll walk on the mill race. Gosh, I see all these old abandoned buildings. I'm like, man, it'd be kind of cool to have like a podcast studio looking over the mill race or something,
Bro, I can't remember who I was talking to somebody recently, I want to say like a couple weeks ago, and they had found residency for their like business in one of the buildings downtown.
Oh, cool.
And it was like, no one was occupying this space for some years, which mind you, bro, when I was at 7th Street, bro, that apartment, the last tenant was like 4 years prior.
Wow.
So it's like, I didn't realize there's a lot of places out here, or a good number of places out here that are just not being used.
Yeah.
And people are just like, well, all right.
Yeah, if you want to pay for it, go for it.
It's like, hell yeah, Will.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of restoration in this area. And I know during COVID, it was the inventory of this area. You could probably find a place to rent here or there, but then all the places got sucked up during COVID. Well, at least 2021. And so it's been tough for people to find places to rent, places to do stuff here. And so I don't know if they're doing a lot of restoration to take those old, destroyed, run-down buildings and turn them into something nice. So
man, that's a good thing to do. I remember me and Liv, we were in Minnesota for my friends. Like, it wasn't a wedding; they had got married the year prior, but it was like a ceremony.
Yeah.
And
was it during COVID? Like they got married during COVID, and then, or was it?
No, they got married last year, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, his brother though did get married during COVID, and so they had to do a live stream wedding.
Oh my, yeah.
Or not, or a Zoom
wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we were in Minnesota, and it's the same thing with over here, where older buildings, they'll restore them and just kind of use them as like storefronts, turn them into like apartments and stuff like that. But just the way that they do it looks really nice.
That's cool.
So like I always like, you like the modern look, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
That's cool, but I always like when people restore like old stuff.
I think so too.
And then you like what's it called? Vanilla Bean.
Yeah. Where they took the 3-story. Yeah.
Yep.
And they built their building or business right into
Yeah, I love that.
Reshaped it.
Yeah, it looks good. Like it still has that vintage touch, but it looks really nice.
It is. That's cool. I know the girl who owned it, and she worked at Jayco for a long time. Got enough money and bought that piece of property, and she had 4 tenants.
Yeah.
And then restored the basement of it, and then built vanilla. And now Vanilla Bean's everywhere, dude. I gotta get her on the podcast.
Yeah, bro, please.
She's so cool, dude.
Man,
she's really cool.
I will have her. I will buy a pint of ice cream and have her sign it, bro. Like I love that place, bro.
Yeah, it's they're in Granger. They got this they got all these little spots that I think they just moved into. I think Napanee maybe.
They're in Napanee now too.
They're expanding.
Oh, that's what's up. I'm happy for them.
Cool to see small businesses doing cool stuff.
I didn't know that they existed. I don't know when they first started, but I know.
Yeah, it was like 2018 maybe.
Was it?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I went there. My first time was 2019.
Yeah,
at the
might have
Jazz
been
Fest.
2019 too. I don't know. Around
Okay, and I didn't know. I thought they were just like fresh.
Been around for. Oh yeah.
I thought they were fresh, bro. Like, and I thought Elkhart was the only location, and then
It was the first one.
was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
You're on point.
Okay, because I was just like, yeah, this is nice.
They expanded into Granger. I don't know when, but they expanded into Granger later on.
Okay.
Then just expanded, but Elkhart was the first.
All right.
The first exact. I think it was. It might have been 2017 or 28. I don't know when it was. I'll have to get her on and talk about it.
Okay,
But
yeah, that'd be great.
They were fresh, and you're right. Jazz Fest, man, classic.
Love Jazz Fest, bro.
Or Rhapsody or was it Rhapsody on the? What's it on that island?
Rhapsody in Green.
Rhapsody in Green. I've been there before, dude. I did. My church would go, and we would put up a tent, and we call it a spiritual cafe. And so, because it's all types of people at that, all types of things happening at that, and the whole point was to do outreach, but not be like in your face Christianese.
Yep.
I don't know if Christianese is the right word, but a lot of times they'll throw like Christian lingo out there. It just turns people off.
Yep.
And so the whole thing was we had this menu, and we could do dream interpretation. We could help you like get rid of it. Was just like you could kind of go in, you could decide, okay, I'd like this on the menu. You come in and we just talk through that stuff.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Like
okay.
Yeah, but all the stuff on the menu you wouldn't think is like churchy.
Yeah.
Even though on the back end it had churchy.
So it was like it's like a trap.
Yeah, it was like
I wouldn't call it that.
kind of,
But
yeah. But our whole goal was not to come in and like try to promote a church or make people feel like they're evil people.
Hey, yeah, look, I was about to put out Electric Brew, put them out of business, man.
Oh, really?
Decent idea.
Yeah. Well, they're in they're in Elkhart too, right? Electric Brew.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be the Daily Grind.
Oh.
Yep. So I remember, man, I used to go there. I want to say like as early as 1999, 2000. I don't think I was in school yet, and my mom, she would take me over there at times, and they used to have these those one cookies. I think they're sugar cookies.
Oh yeah.
Not the.
Would they put like different characters on them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
I know exactly.
Yep.
Like it would be like Sesame Street
Yep.
characters or whatever. I know exactly what you're talking
Bro, I
about.
used to love those things, man.
Snack, dude.
And then when I got a little older, and the cool thing that I liked about that, shout out to Electric Brew, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I love what y'all do. I love going there. I have a reward system there. I love using it.
That's awesome.
But the cool thing about the Daily Grind was, at a point in time, I thought it was cool that they would involve like the street names into the names of their coffee drinks.
Oh.
So they had a Lexington latte or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it was really dope to see that.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, it's really
this is
community
Elkhart.
based.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think I ever went there. I was talking to this guy who's an architect, and he was telling me, going back to the restoration of old buildings and stuff.
Okay.
he was telling me that it's interesting because if you see a town and they really pour into the old buildings that were there, the heart of the city's still there. You can actually feel the vibrance of that city.
I agree.
And he gave me the analogy of Goshen. You know, Goshen's downtown. They've really did a lot to kind of focus on restoring that and not tearing down. And then he mirrored that with South Bend. So South Bend used to have a huge downtown, old buildings around the Cub Stadium, Baker, but they tore them down and turned them into parking lots. He's like, they literally tore the heart of the city out and put parking lots.
That's crazy.
You know, and he's like, and you can kind of feel the difference between the two. You know?
Yeah,
it's weird.
That
you
it,
know?
but you know, and that's funny, bro.
Not crapping on. Something.
Yeah,
There's some cool stuff that happens, and there's still old, vibrant stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Notre Dame games and people are just all raging.
Yeah.
And,
oh yeah. No, yeah. That's money. That's what.
That's what
that's money.
Yeah. Or like the Morris, like they'll do a lot of stuff in front of that. That's still old.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of heart there, but imagine if that was massive.
Yeah, bro. There's a certain part of downtown South Bend where they restore some of those old buildings, but they do knock a lot of them down to build like more modern like condos or apartments, bro.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you talk about Goshen like that, bro, because again, bro, on the way here, I was thinking about, me moving into over there 4 years ago, and I was like, as much shit as sometimes I give Goshen, it really was nice to be here. Like, how confident I became with myself, it all contributed to being around here. Just just kind of seeing how everything was with everybody here, and it's like a little bubble.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh,
it really. I mean,
it's nice being out here.
You have to step into a bubble to understand what's going on here.
Yeah,
I don't know if you could just like drive in and hang out here and get the same vibe. It takes a little bit living here. But it is a really weird. Who knows what's going on here? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it's like Truman Show. No, I'm kidding.
For real. Yeah. Everyone's watching you.
Yeah, no, for real, bro. Nah, I was it took me a while before I got acclimated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With being here and just kind of like feeling everything out.
Yeah.
And kind of getting like, okay, this is how everything goes. Okay, this is not bad. This is decent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it took a minute. So when you say like you can't just drive past or just stop through and be like, oh, this place sucks. It's like, nah, you gotta spend some time here and see like, okay, I like this, I like that. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to understand that's what, like, my wife, she's from Mishawaka. I mean, she's like, I didn't know about Goshen at all. Just a place I drive through. And now that she's lived here, she's like, there's so many cool things. Like, she just loves it, And I love that too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It is nice being downtown. Like,
hell yeah, bro.
The access to stuff. I love that. We've talked about, what it would be like if we moved. And I'm like, it's tough because I want more land, but I love being able to walk to stuff, go to things, and there's parks all over, and there's this restaurant, that restaurant within walking. I don't have to drive a lot of places. I can just be here,
bro. It feels so liberating to like be close to down. And unfortunately, like where you're at and where I was at, I think it was like the perfect spot.
Yeah,
because it's like
close enough.
Yeah. Like you still get your solitude, but then you're not too far away from walking down that way.
2-3 blocks.
Especially during the summer, bro. Like what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, bro. This shit's crazy.
It's a good time. Winter sucks.
But
that's Indiana.
Oh yeah. For real, bro.
Trying to find ways to make winter not suck. But
yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, man, because like getting on the pod, bro, is fun. Sometimes it stinks because like I want to talk to you about certain things prior to and it's like holding in like good news.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, you gotta wait.
Release it, bro. What's up?
No. I was just saying, like, whenever I do come up, it's like we'll have conversations. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah. Save this for later, right?
Pod.
Yeah. Let's not talk about this right now.
Oh, you're a dad, by the way. So I hadn't seen you since before you were a dad.
Oh yeah.
So how has that been,
bro?
How many months has it been?
It's been 2.5.
2.5.
So yeah, we are at 2.5. And it's crazy. It's weird. I mean, everyone says you're not gonna get sleep, and it's the best thing that's ever going to happen to you. You don't know until you do it, which is legit. Like I don't know how to explain it until you get into it. One of the things that I found really interesting with it is it definitely puts a strain on your relationship with your partner, and it's been good. It's been helpful for both of us.
Yeah.
But it's been tough for both of us. And I'm thankful I've got a great person I've created this little human with.
Yeah.
And so
Barack,
for real though, that was legitimately one of the. If it was a boy, I wanted Barack because Barack means blessed.
Yeah.
And I love that, like blessed. And I wanted to do like Barack. I don't know what the middle name was. I had it written down, but it was going to be something. Barack Hussein.
I'm kidding.
Barack Obama. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know, and I said that to Allison. She's like, "It can't be Barack because everyone's gonna think we're doing it after." And I'm like, "He'll be spelled different." I'm like, but still, I mean,
could have
it's a good name. Maybe middle name Barack.
Yeah,
Barack LeBron.
The Barack LeBron. That's a good. Hey, look, I'm gonna keep that one.
Yeah,
I'm keep that.
I'll see what LeBron means. I really, I'm about intention of names. Like I think names have meaning, and so. So I named our little daughter Noah, which is usually a male name, but we take the H off, and it means either movement or rest.
Ooh.
And her middle name is Joy, so joyful movement or joyful rest.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna see that played out multiple times in her life, over and over and over again. And so that's kind of the yeah. And it's interesting because then we started looking at Noah, named Noah, and there's the Noah, the one that got on the ark and all that stuff. But there's another Noah later on that's a female in the Bible. And just a small passage. All of her male like siblings and father died.
Yep.
And there's 5 daughters, and they're at the point where they're divvying up the land, and they don't get it because they're not men. And so they go in front of the leadership of all of Israel and says, "Hey, like our line is done, so give us some land because we still need to be able to have land.
Right.
We're gonna have kids. And we want their line to have inheritance." And so they go and plead for it, and they get it.
That's great, bro.
It's kind of cool.
That is good.
Yeah.
You giving? I know I was talking to some guy at Walmart some years ago, and he's an African guy, and he was like, you Americans, man, like the way y'all name y'all kids, it just don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? He said, because y'all just name it. Y'all don't think of like any meaning or like, you know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
Y'all don't think about it before y'all do it. Like,
Just do it.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's cool to give your child a name based off of a meaning.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives them like a purpose. So when they find out like, oh, what's my name mean? It's like, joyful movement.
Mm-hmm. Well, my parents did that for me. Timon is not just a name that you catch anywhere. Like it's how many Timons do you know, right?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was a typo when they first told me your name. I was like, Timon. Like,
Yeah.
what?
But it means the Lord is my help and reward. So that's every time someone says Timon, they're saying the Lord is my help and reward to me. And so I've seen that played out multiple times too, in weird ways. Like there is a Timon in the Bible, and he was a businessman. And so like I've done things based on, not that like I'm trying to mirror after him, but things have happened in my life that I'm like, wow, that's really similar to that guy in the Bible.
So he was like a Elon Musk.
Yeah, kind of. He was a community businessman, and then he helped with children and widows and orphans and widows. That was his big thing. He was tasked to help with that. In the past, I helped with for 6 years. I worked for a company that worked with child sponsorship organizations, widows and orphans. And in a business function. It's just been weird to see some of that stuff
play out.
Yeah,
especially when you know like the meaning of your name. Then it's just again it gives you that purpose. So it's like really dope to have that happen.
Yeah, it gives you a little direction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Whether it's legit or not, but I think I'm not mad with the direction my life's gone.
Yeah, but could I get some more?
Yes, sir. I guess the milk is inside.
It's all right, bro. I don't mind drinking. All right.
Fill you up. We
Thank
can
you,
always
sir.
pause and make more too, dude. It's nice to have a nice warm cup of
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure too. But like, if you name your, there was a in the Bible there was, I can't remember his name, but his main name meant like stubborn fool or something like that.
Esau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
or
he
Jacob, one of the two.
something like that, but he
Yeah.
turned out to be exactly like that.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, can you imagine if your name meant like peace and you were the opposite of that?
Yeah. I think it would be tough because I do think that words have meaning. And there's something about, like, I mean, if we go on a weird level, I believe in the Bible, and I believe God created the earth by just speaking it. So I feel like there's power in just speaking things. And there's a lot of people that believe that too, where
Speaking things into existence.
exactly
Manifesting and stuff.
Manifesting, exactly. I think there's legitimate stuff to it. I don't know how deep I go into that, but I do believe that if you speak stuff, there's power. There's power there.
Yeah.
And so when you're literally saying that meaning over that person over and over and over again, it's hard to run away from, because it's like you're painting over it
now
every
you
single
cooking,
time.
bro. You cooking right now. Go ahead. You're cooking.
I'm in some weird stuff, man.
It's not weird, bro. What the scriptures talk about, let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. So, bro, that's exactly how I think. So when someone says something, I have no doubt. I have no reason to doubt that this is exactly what's to come forth.
Yeah.
So if you say like, yeah, man, like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
This day. Or,
Podcast at 8 a.m. on Saturday.
exactly. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be here at 8 a.m. I'm not gonna wake up at 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I'll pull up here and you just waking up, wiping fucking shit out your eye. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I think that's accurate. Like, when you say things, it has that power,
Yeah.
and that's how it's supposed to be. So when you say things and you don't do it, I ain't gonna lie, and I don't want to like sound crazy, but like, it's almost borderline demonic. You know what I'm saying? That's deception.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're speaking things and you're not coming through with it.
I'm tracking with you.
Yeah, like if we're being technical, that's demonic. That's evil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's deception. You know what I'm saying? It's the opposite of truth.
And it may be small, but those small things, it's like any seed you plant.
Yeah.
It may be the smallest little seed. Like this cabbage is massive.
Yep.
Came from the smallest little thing. Like, I'm talking like the tip of a pin seed. You plant it in, and now you have this.
Ooh, yeah.
And so you start there where you're like, I'm gonna do this, and you don't do it. I'm gonna do this, and you don't do it. You plant those seeds. Eventually, it's gonna turn into something bigger.
Oh, for sure.
And you can weed. It's not. Nothing in this world is permanent.
No.
That's what you can change and over and over and over again, and you can realize what you're doing wrong, and uproot the stuff that's there. But
For sure.
yeah,
For sure. And I think making it a mission to become blameless, I think it's important for an individual. A lot of people may say like, oh, I'm a good person and this and that, and it's just like, all right, well, are you really?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about these small little things that add up. When you, especially if you don't know people. Like, I don't know how many times I done been to a job and they'll say like, yeah, man, just go do this and then I'll be with you shortly. And I'm like, all right, cool. And mind you, I don't know you.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? First time me meeting you at this job. I do this thing, 2 hours go past. So now we're already out the window of shortly. Like that,
Right.
that's just didn't happen shortly.
right,
I'm sitting waiting. Oh, my bad. It's like, now I don't know whether to trust you.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Next time you do it, I'm gonna realize
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right. So now what you're doing is you're perpetuating me to doing something not at a higher pace. Now I want to slow down because I don't trust that you're going to do this at this time.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Now you just started this train of slow work.
yeah. Or I just know that when you say something, I can't, and then you say that there, but you'll tell me something else like, oh yeah, I got your back, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You have my back. Sure. You said you're going to be there shortly, and 3 hours later you can't. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It does start to unravel and that, dude, the whole world is built on trust between It's weird, bro.
It seems so like it's very minuscule. Like it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. If you're being honest, it is a big deal because there's 7 billion people in the world.
Right.
7 billion people in the world, and some people are not as privy to that type of thinking. Some people may think a certain way, or everyone thinks a certain way. Mm-hmm. Some people are more focused on their thought process and people that align with their thinking. Mm-hmm. And then there's other people who understands that there are more people out there and there's different personalities.
Yeah.
So knowing that,
yeah,
you have to be careful how you say something. So, I try to work on how I say things. Mm-hmm. And I can offend people. And I understand that.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll think like, all right, let me make sure I say it like this, because I don't want this person to get this impression.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever. And from the untrained ear or whatever, they'll be like, oh, that was kind of rude. And I'll be like, oh, no, they're cool. And I'll think about it and be like, damn, I should probably go back and say it, differently or apologize for how I'm saying this. Like,
yeah,
you never know, because what you're saying is going to shift the next person in some way.
Yeah, I think it depends on, I call it favor. Mm-hmm. Like, it depends on the relationship you have with someone, because you can say it, because sometimes you don't have a fully fleshed out thought. Yep. And that's part of just being, like I'm kind of thinking, I'm telling you what I'm thinking right now. Whereas if I'm talking to someone I don't know, mm-hmm. I'm not going to give you my half perceived idea or whatever. Or maybe I'm like, I would be a lot more careful, because, if I just say something dumb to you mm-hmm. and we're friends, mm-hmm. you're going to brush it off because we've got a relationship, we've got favor. What I said wasn't really right. Yeah. But like, I'm like, oh yeah, he's just being timid or whatever, right? Yeah. And that allows me with my friends to be a little bit more creative or think through things or process stuff I don't have. Mm-hmm. But with the person I don't know, I'm not being I try to be authentic, but I'm not giving, I don't know where we're at.
Yeah, I feel you out.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder how much of that, where you're like, I'm really cautious about what I say and how I say it, mm-hmm. how much of that is from you spending time looking at the things you're saying and going over it over and over and over again, right? Because you're writing a lyric and you're looking at it, mm-hmm. and then you're probably looking at it 6 different ways. How mm-hmm. can I say this better, more impactful?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That's
man.
a skill, dude, and you're honing it. Yeah. You're like,
that was a solid segue, by the way. I like that. Yeah, nah, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's not easy. It's like if you've so I don't know if I told you, but I work for FedEx now. Okay, and like
that's cool, dude.
Yeah, so I've been working for them for a couple months.
Yeah,
and I've never had any delivery experience. Never driving in those trucks or nothing like that.
Right.
I'm used to car or like a van or a truck.
Yeah.
Regular automobiles. So seeing the box truck, a little intimidating.
Yeah.
Huge fucking truck, bro.
Yeah. And they reverse it.
Bro, like
take a wide angle.
What?
And, yeah.
I'm like,
did you have to get a specific license for it too?
No, because it kind of fits the. Now I did have to get a pass a physical.
Okay.
And get I guess license for it or whatever through the physical. So me passing the physical and then passing the exam or whatever, I'm good.
Oh, he can drive. That's all good.
Yep.
He's not on meth. All right, we're good. All right. Sorry.
Not that was ever a question.
It was never. We live in Goshen, bro. Half of Goshen.
You never know.
You don't live in Goshen. You're good, bro.
No.
Okay.
But it's not any better sometimes. I tell you, man, when I moved back to Elkhart, it was the first time I heard sirens, and I'm just like, oh shit, man, I missed this. Yeah, bro. Like driving in that box truck, and when I first did it for like they had like a little obstacle course.
Yeah.
Bro, I was lost. Like I struggled, bro. Like I was frustrated.
Yeah.
And then there were people that were doing the same obstacle course with me, mm-hmm. who had some type of experience that they just had to renew their whatever they had to do it because something must have happened. Yeah. And so then me watching them, I'm just like, man, they make this shit look so fucking easy.
Yeah.
And it's like at the time it was just like very difficult. Now
You could crush it.
bro, what?
Because you're spending 8 hours a day driving all the time. Right.
Exactly. So
and you're comfortable. You know it. You know the dimension. I mean, I totally, yeah.
So just like with the writing lyrics, from the outside looking in, I've talked to people, and I just had an interview with Q on Instagram.
That was cool. I saw that.
And man, I shout out to him. I'm proud of him for that, because that was a dope interview.
Yeah.
He would ask about certain lyrics, and I would explain it to him, and he'd be like, "Oh wow, like you tied that in." Now he's an artist himself, so he understands. Yeah. But to everybody that was watching, when they see that and they hear like, "Oh, you broke this down and you explained," I was like, "Oh, that's cool. How you connected that?" And it's like, well, I've been doing this for quite some time, so yeah, it's very elementary for me.
Yeah.
But on the outside, it's like I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Oh yeah, because for people, it's just like, I just want to rhyme the first sentence with the next one.
Right.
It's like, okay, now we're past that. What are we doing now?
Right. What's the story I'm weaving? What's the things I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And entertaining the ears. So then, like, I've had people tell me, like, oh, sometimes you don't need to go that intricate or whatever. And it's like, I can, but
sometimes you don't. I mean, come on, yeah, let Black just cook.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Black J cook.
Come on.
I think Q should for sure do a podcast or something like that. Continue doing that stuff. That was fun.
I think he did a great job, and I think when we talked, because when he initially talked to me about it, he said, "All right, I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna da." And one of my favorite interviews I've done since I've been getting interviewed was I think the first one we did, and that was the first time I got introduced to someone taking notes. Bro, like, and the only reason it amazed me, dog, was just like, bro, like, you didn't have, because this was around changes.
Yeah.
You didn't have track listing. Bro, you just wrote down timestamps.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is where this was at. I don't know what the song was, but you said this. And then you would ask me about the lyric, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we're here. We are here. So when that happens, oh, yeah, bro, it was great. Like, I watch it frequent. You know what I'm saying? I like watching it because,
Yeah.
I know it's our first time sitting and talking. So
yeah,
it was cool.
The old GoPro in the basement. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, the research, it makes it easier, kind of makes it, you got to outline how you want the interview to go and stuff like that. So,
well, and when I was listening, I mean, the way I listen, and I think a lot of people do, the things that pop out to me, I'm like, man, that's fascinating.
Yep.
So I wanted to ask you about those things, and it does make a podcast easier when you're talking about something.
For sure.
Dude, I saw you were on TV, man. Bro, you're making moves, dude. What was that like?
Bro, man,
that's like a level of professional I don't.
Yeah, bro. I tell you what, man, like I have got, like, first of all, it was cool. It was dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to WSPT, shout out to Hometown Living. I really liked being on there, man. It was really cool. And in a sense, bro, it was kind of like a bridging the gap moment. So I think ever since I moved to Goshen, my life has just been bridging the gap. So moving to Goshen and being an Elkhart artist, I'm connecting Elkhart to Goshen, in a sense. Being from Elkhart County, and then I moved back to Elkhart, and I started mixing it up with South Bend artists, connecting Elkhart County to
Hidden Gems. Right.
Yep. So mixing that together, and then
It's still one of my favorite songs. Yeah. Is it Hidden Gems or Coal Miners? What?
Coal Miners is the song. Unearthed Gems is
Unearthed Gems. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is the
Coal
project.
Miners
You're good.
Is one of my favorites.
I knew what you meant, bro.
Yeah. It was a hidden gem.
It was.
It
See?
is a hidden gem.
You know what I'm saying?
Coal Miners.
But it was been kind of cool. But the news thing, it was dope, bro. Like when I used to really be heavy into watching Fox 28.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and I always thought it was dope. Like Tracy Capelman, Steve Fisher, Dean Huppert. Like I loved, bro, for real. Like I loved Fox 28, bro. It was dope.
Yeah.
John Fox, like, can't forget the OG, bro. Like, but never did I think, like, okay, well, at some point, let's bring a rapper on to the news and talk to him. Like, that never crossed my mind.
Wow.
So to be able to do it on WSPT and talk to them, it was really cool. And another bridging the gap moment, there have been a good number of, like, more mature, older people that have reached out to me via Instagram or Facebook.
Because of that?
Yeah, they's like, oh, I seen your segment on TV. Like,
No way.
Keep going, young man. I really like what you're doing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Bro, and it blew my mind when I dropped, might have been like 3 years ago, my like Black Frequencies project. There was like a 10-year-old kid that had came out and seen me at GBCO. And, you know, he liked what I was doing. He was a fan. And like still to this day, he remembers me. He's like, "Oh, what's up, Black J?"
That's so cool.
So it was cool to see like a 10-year-old do it. Now having like older people. So I was like,
So you're bridging the gap between generations.
bro, like it's cool. Like, so it's a dope experience to be able to do that, man. So
That's awesome.
I really did like it, bro. I will tell you though, man, the TV thing was kind of like interesting. Cause like I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
Cause with this, you know, I'm looking you in the face.
Right.
There's no pressure and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like on set, thankfully it wasn't live.
That's nice.
Yeah, it wasn't live. So if I fucked up, you know, it's no issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be like, all right, run it back.
Yeah.
Because with the performance, I did fuck up the first time.
Really?
And, yep.
Yeah.
So I fucked up the first time, but it wasn't until like the very end, and I was just like, hey man, can we run it back? So second time, got it.
Crushed it. Nice.
But it is like, it was kind of interesting because like we're sitting like this. There's a monitor over there. There's a monitor over there. There's another monitor that way. And it's showing me, showing her, and then flipping through other things. So I had to try to, and mind you, like our bodies, like I'm facing this way.
You're both. You're not
Oh yeah.
at a table talking. You're talking to the camera in a
Yep.
way. Yeah.
So then like I had to try to keep my focus on her and then ignore it because I don't want to like talk to her and then like look this way like on like bro, what the hell are you doing, bro?
I would have loved that you just look at the camera and
Bro,
smile. That
I should have like she'll ask me and instead of looking at her, she'd be like, that would have been perfect. She'd be like, no, don't ever come back on here ever again. Like, get off. But it was cool. And oddly enough, I can't remember her name who interviewed me, but she's from around here. She knows a lot of like, she went to school with Jake Miller.
Okay.
From the Kansas Bible Company. Is that still his?
That's still
okay. She went to school with him, and she knows him, and she knows Raphael from Lalacruz. So
yeah,
she's pretty hip to what's going on out here. So I was like,
she's plugged in.
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah. That was cool that we had that connection. So I was like, dope. That's awesome. But it was a cool experience, man.
Because then it's not someone coming in that doesn't know anything, and it's just like
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're like, okay.
It felt good.
We swim in the same circle.
Yeah, it felt good. I was like, all right, I know you. We're here. We're here.
That's cool.
It was a dope experience, bro, and I was really happy to do it, bro.
Yeah, there's going to probably be more of those. You know what I mean? Like that.
Man.
You do one interview, it's not the last one.
Man, and it is kind of interesting though, because like when I was on there, she asked me like, where'd you get the name from, and and it's like, all right, I'm telling the same story over and over because I've told that story countless times, and that's like giving me the like.
It's a beautiful story.
It's dope.
Yeah,
but
believe, love,
keep knowledge.
Keep knowledge.
Yep.
It's like keep kindness. Keep something.
That too. Maybe what I should do is just have it open for interpretation.
Maybe not.
Bleed long, keep killing. Like, what? Black J told me to do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm going to have like Proud Boys at my show. Everyone in the LGBTQ and the Black Panthers. And I don't know. I'm going to unite the world.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. I don't know.
You're tying it. You're tying everything together.
We are bridging.
Bro, we're all humans.
Yeah. We're going to bridge the gap. We're going to make everyone love each other. Yeah.
But you're saying you're telling that story again, and so it's just like, it probably gets a little monotonous.
It does, bro.
I've said this multiple, but then you got to realize that audience hasn't heard it for the.
And that's the thing I got to try to remember, because like even with like when performing, like for a while when I first started off performing, I was like hindered if I wanted to keep doing the same songs. But then I had to get that mindset, like, even if it seems tiring, I'll see the same faces in the crowd. I know that during a 5-day work week, everything that happened at that weekend show left my mind. And now, throughout the week, I'm listening to, I don't know, your favorite popular hits that's coming out or whatever.
Right.
Because they're already established artists.
Right.
Whoever that be. And I don't think about this local artist until the next show.
Yeah.
So, whenever I do go to that show, I'm going to be reminded of this song that they performed the last time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because I had a guy that I had had a meeting with out in New York like 3 years ago. And we talked, and at the time I think I had like 1 or 2 projects out. And he was talking to me, he was just like, don't ever shy away from just giving people one song. And I was like, well, I don't want to like perform over and over again. He was like, people aren't going to remember it. You have to do that. Keep doing it and doing it and doing it. That's going to make them remember it. So the next time you do have a show, they remember that song.
Yeah.
They're excited. They can't wait for that song.
Oh, dude, yeah. There was this band. Well, I live in Florida. There's this like local. They would do cover band stuff. But they had this one song, and I loved it. And so we would get there, and they'd do all their covers, and they're like, "All right, we're like, no, do steadier." We were just yelling, "Do your song," and then they do it, and the whole crowd's just raging with them. And that was, I mean, they did great covers, but when they would do their song, and I'm sure they got so tired of doing it, but I'm like, do that song. Like that was my favorite of their stuff. That was my favorite. I could care less what,
who you're covering.
Who you're covering and what. But when they did their song, I mean, the people I go with, we would just, and I've heard it 1,000 times, but every time it was better when I heard it from them.
And I think it revitalizes that artist's, desire to want to do that song. Even if it's like, oh, we've done this 1,000 times. Yeah. That thrill you get from that feedback you get from the audience.
Where everyone's bumping to it.
It always puts you in a better mood to want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had moments to where, like, I'll do a song, and instead of finishing the lyric, they'll finish it for me.
That's cool.
And so it's like, when that happens, you're just like, this cake. I love this.
Yeah.
This is why I do this. So, yeah, like, that is, like, a benefit from doing that and trying to remember that. So, with the interview thing, saying the same story over and over again, I have to keep reminding myself, like, you're expanding. You're going to have to do this. So it kind of gave me, like, some outlook, like, if there's a time where I do get bigger and I'm doing, like, maybe like a 3-day press run.
Mm-hmm. You're going to say that multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
That weekend.
Same fucking story. Yeah. Same thing. Same everything.
Yep.
It's like, well, maybe people in Louisiana never heard of me. Maybe people in Arkansas never heard of me. Maybe people in New Mexico never heard of me. So it's like, I got to
say it again. Say it
again. Again. Yeah. So, like, trying not to get lazy and just trying to be like, all right, let's just get to work. Yeah. Let's get to work, man.
You got to do the Kodak moment when he went on Breakfast Club and they're like, why do you call him Kodak? Have you ever seen that?
Nah.
And then they clip it and it was just like, and then that went viral. You know what I mean?
I'm going to have to check that one out.
I forget what it is. It's like every time.
Was it the one we had the ski mask on?
Yeah.
It's like, I hope so. Nah, I'm going to have to check that
one. Why
one.
they call you Kodak? Because every time they see me out in public, they shooting at me. Or something like that. Something like that. But like that, you got to find like some way to viral it, and then everyone sees it. Then you don't have to.
I'm going to have to fabricate.
Then you can be like, go watch my Breakfast Club interview.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah. I'm going to have to fabricate some things about my life just to make some viral moments. Yeah. I was beaten as a child.
I'm telling you, bro, that's seeds you're planting right there. You don't want to plant, bro.
You're not. Hell no. Hell no. I'm giving the wrong image out there. Like, oh, yeah, Black J made me do this.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, man, it's been pretty cool doing that shit. So
that's awesome, man.
I got some other opportunities going forward that I'm pretty excited about, and I won't speak on them now because they haven't happened.
Speak on them later.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'll tell you off the camera.
Cool.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's kind of exciting, man. And too, bro, like, so where I'm at now, people are catching up. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because, like, at the time when I was like, because, bro, I haven't created anything since March.
Yeah.
Like, I've been
busy doing things.
Yeah, it was life.
Yeah.
Just adulting and shit, bro. Like, and so it's been kind of funny because, like, I'm not used to being away from creating. You know what I'm saying? I'm so used to, like, always making some type of music or getting ready to drop an album or
you dropped, like, what, 3 in 1 year? Is it 3?
5.
5? Oh my god.
I dropped 5 albums, 2 years back to back.
Yeah. It was just like project after project after project.
Oh, yeah.
After project.
And
it was great.
Yeah, it was dope, and I think it helped. You know what I'm saying? Because like at the time I was like, why am I like what I'm getting now? I wanted that back then.
Right.
And it's like, nah, like you have to build that foundation.
Right.
So it's like, you know, time did its thing and it helped me realize like, nah, like it was good that didn't happen when it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like it was supposed to happen now.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah, because I don't think I was ready. You know what I'm saying, for certain things. Like, you know, when I dropped Coal Miners.
Yeah.
Maybe the news picks that up. Hey, you want to interview Black Jay? It's like, oh, you know, I believe in love and keep knowledge. It's like, yo, we heard Coal Miners.
Yeah.
That don't sound like that don't sound like none of that. It's like,
yeah, but it sounded dope though.
It was dope. You liked it though. But yeah, man. So it's like, you know,
yeah, you have the foundation now.
Yeah. You know, doing things like I did the Vibes Festival.
Okay.
South Bend.
Yeah.
That was a really dope.
Was that
event.
at the Morris? Was that the thing or no?
Okay, so no, the Morris was dope too. That was the
like
100-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was sick.
Yeah, I didn't perform there. I painted. I did live painting.
Oh, cool.
And I had my friends perform.
Yeah, Dre did. And
Yep, Dre and Gold Soul Rebel.
Yeah.
They performed while I was painting, which was
that's cool.
Dope. Bro, funny story about that. So the guy who I was talking to, because he was setting me up and like getting me all good, and then they had like the little what do you call that thing, the Jumbotron or whatever. They had me on that, and so we were getting set up. I was putting up my stuff, and he was like, is there like a certain music you want to like have playing while you're painting? And I was telling him, I was like, I mean, if you got like some lo-fi jazz, bro, like I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
no.
Are you cool if like my friends perform? He was like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like his family friend. I was like, yeah, they can clean it up.
Yeah.
And so then, you know, Dre and Gold Soul Rebel just happened to be there with me while I was doing it. And I asked, I was like, did y'all want to perform? They were like, hell yeah, because this is 100 years. It's not going to happen for another 100.
Right.
And I'm not going to be rapping, let alone alive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hell yeah.
Maybe our AI will, but right.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see, you know. If I'm 100 and if I'm 129 and I'm still rap, that'd be incredible. Be like the longest run in rap history, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it was dope that they were there and took that opportunity. But just stuff like that, it's like.
What was the jazz? Did you say the jazz?
The Vibes Fest.
The Vibes Fest. Yeah. What was that?
Oh, so bro, Vibes Fest is like the dopest event I think I've performed at, man. Like, so I started going when I was living out here actually. So 2020 is my first time going, and it's basically like this big ass. It's like a black event, bro.
Okay.
Basically, it's like a black event. Like, it's dope. You know
That's cool.
And they do it in South Bend, Howard Park.
Okay.
They got a big ass stage. You know what I mean? Dope vendors. You know, whether you art, you know, whatever you're selling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They got, you know, good food trucks. I've had some of the best barbecue over there.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I can't remember their name, but like last year I got them, and this year too. I got some rib tips from them this year.
Ooh.
But bro, like
Fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I love good barbecue.
I do too, bro. Frankie's in South Bend is like one of the best barbecue spots I've been
Really?
to around here, bro.
I
It's
know.
dope.
Yeah, there's not good barbecue spots around here.
Hell no.
It's
Hell no, bro.
I know when someone asks, I'm like, best barbecue in Goshen's Arby's. They got the meat, man. It really is. It's unfortunate, but sorry. Keep it. Yeah,
The McRib.
Yeah, the McRib.
Yeah,
Oh.
they had Podcast Park too, which is like they had a whole bunch of podcasts set up.
Oh, this Bruce Leroy was there.
Yep,
Yeah, I saw
yep,
that. Okay,
yep.
so that was the event.
They had a whole bunch of podcasts set up over there, which
Mm-hmm.
is cool. A lot of the local podcasters, you know, had their stuff, and so they had all the artists that performed. It was basically just like a circuit where we just go from one podcast to the next one to the next one to the
No
next
way.
one. Bro, it was dope.
Getting reps in, dude.
Man, so it was really cool to like, you know, be a part of that. And like I said, I've been going since 2020, and never did I be like, oh man, I'm pissed they didn't have me on stage.
Yeah.
I always just went because I loved it.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, this year I got the opportunity. They talked to me and was just like, yo, you wanna? And I was like,
For
hell
sure.
yeah, bro, for sure, for sure. And the funny thing too is like they had a showcase prior.
Okay.
So the showcase was a different date. It was like earlier. And when I seen it, I was like, man, Vibes Fest, man. Maybe something, they didn't have enough in the budget to do what they did last year, because they did the showcase at someone's studio. So I thought that was Vibes Fest.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was just like, well, I mean, fuck it. If it's smaller, it's smaller. I'm just still gonna pull up and do it. So I did it, and then they interviewed us after we got done performing. So there's like 5 performers. And then I got off, and when I interviewed with the lady, she was like, "So are you doing Vibes Fest?" And I was like, "I thought this was Vibes Fest. Like, I don't know. I guess."
Yeah.
So it wasn't. It was just a showcase.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was cool to be able to do that and then do the actual festival. And man, it was dope. It was dope. And that's what we were on the news for.
Gotcha.
To promote that.
Oh, cool. Okay, so that's how that all ties together. Then. Yeah.
And then I eventually got my own little interview the same day. But it was really cool, bro. I liked it.
That's wild.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
That was this summer. Like, was it August? It was like recent.
Yeah, I think it was around there. Yeah, August. Yep. I can't remember what day specifically, but
that's cool, dude.
Yeah, bro, it was really dope, man.
Man, you've been making moves.
I know, man.
New level, bro.
I'm proud. But it puts a new level of like commitment and like standard. So it's like, not to say that anything that I had put out prior was bad or good.
Right.
It's just, all right, if I want to stay stagnant, I'm going to keep doing the same thing that I was doing. But if I want to like elevate, I have to
push yourself.
Exactly. You mind if we pause real quick? I got to use the restroom.
Yeah, let's pause. We're back.
All right. Hey, man, it was, by the way, y'all don't know, but I just met Timon's daughter, Noah Joy.
Yeah.
Awesome baby. I got her to smile, which he said was rare.
It is rare.
So she's an awesome kid. I'm going to get her, I don't want to speak this into existence, because if it doesn't happen, then I don't want to be a liar. But if she does join the WNBA, Noah, give me courtside seats to wherever you're playing at. Yeah, we're going to make it happen.
That would be sweet. No, I know. She's so tall. A big baby.
She can get an NIL deal.
Yeah.
College, yeah. For, where's she going to go to school at?
I have no clue.
We have no clue?
Probably Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
No, who knows?
I don't know, bro.
Butler.
Butler? Okay.
IU.
Okay.
Right? Purdue.
Purdue, yeah.
Well, most of her
about Ivy
uncles.
Tech.
Ivy Tech, right?
Ivy Tech. She can get drafted out of Ivy Tech.
Yeah, there we go. It would be cheaper.
Yeah.
That would be the affordable route, I would say.
She can be a trailblazer, you know what I'm saying, for Ivy Tech basketball. They would, like, name the court after her. Come on now.
She got drafted from playing intramurals.
Yeah. Number 1 player in the nation goes to Ivy Tech.
Yeah. How crazy would that be? Yeah, they would pay big, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. Dude, so good. So crazy. I don't know what we were talking about before this, and then now we've talked about a bunch of other things.
Yeah. We were talking about the music stuff, but we're gonna
shift into
some the real stuff right now.
Do you want me to tell you my dream?
Yeah. Tell me about that.
So last night I had this dream, and I'm at a church service, and I'm kind of like, there's 2 parts to this church. Like, there's the main, and then there's this like smaller room where I was at with a bunch of people, but not a huge congregation. So we're doing the church service, and it ends. And at the end of it, they have a commercial, and the commercial is kind of like a drug commercial, like a Claritin or a Xanax or something. I don't know what it was, but then they're like, come into the main hall, and we're going to tell you more information about this. And so before I do that, I start talking to this guy next to me, and he was making some joke about the commercial. I thought it was pretty lame too. And then I go into the main hall, and in the main hall, I'm catching the last bit of their thing that they're talking about. They're like, you guys need to invest, and when you invest just $3,000, you will guarantee you get $1 million back into this drug or whatever. I'm like, what is going on? And I see all these people, and I'm talking, and I go back into that small room, and this person's like, I mean, we could give our last $3,000. We'll at least be millionaires. This would be great.
Right.
And I look at them. I said, no, this is a scam, guys. Do not do this. This is a scam. Don't do this.
This is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. I'm like, they're looking for suckers to take your money, and they will take yours. And they're like, oh, like they realized when I kind of explained it to them that like this is just a multi-level marketing scheme, whatever this is. And then I talked to the guy that was talking to before I walked into the main sanctuary. And I'm talking to him, and he said, we were chatting, and then I was telling him a little bit about this thing, and he puts on a wetsuit. He's like, I'm going to go surf. And he's like, Dankeschön. And as he's leaving, I'm like, are you Amish? And he's like, yeah. And dips. That was my dream.
That's like, is that Joel Osteen's church?
Yeah. But I think a lot of for sure. Joel Osteen found $1 million. Did you hear about this? Found $1 million when they're renovating their bathroom stuck in the walls.
He found $1 million?
No, the plumbers did. When they were renovating one of the bathrooms, there was $1 million stuffed in the walls.
Oh, man.
Yeah, interesting. But I got the feeling that the majority of the congregation in my dream were, like, they weren't Amish, but they were Amish at one point.
Yep.
They're no longer Amish. So, weird dream, dude.
Do you think there is something to interpret from that? What was your initial thoughts?
If it's a dream I remember, like it's stuck with me, then I think there's meaning to it. Because I have 1,000 dreams all the time that I don't remember. You know, and so the fact that I remember it, I don't know what the interpretation is. I have people in my life who are good at interpreting dreams, so I'm gonna run it past them.
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, I know a lot of people who like they interpret dreams a lot, and I don't do it too often. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I had a nightmare recently. It wasn't like a nightmare, but for me it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It was just something stupid that I was like, all right, it's like a bad day. But someone could look at that and be like, oh, like maybe it means this, and this is a sign to do this, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Or it was just a bad dream.
Right. Yeah. It's dream interpretation. I wouldn't get it interpreted from just anyone, because there's a lot of philosophies on how to interpret dreams, and those philosophies come from different like segments, different people, different stuff that I don't know if I totally agree with. But you see a lot in the Bible, a lot of people who had dreams and interpreted, and it comes true.
Bro, yes.
And if you look at how God speaks to people, just if you look at the Bible in a whole, and you say, okay, this is how many times God speaks to people, whether it be physically, through Jesus, or through dreams and visions. 1/3 of the way that God speaks to people is through dreams and visions in the Bible. And we spend 1/3 of our life sleeping.
Yeah, that's true.
So I wonder if there's a connection there.
Well, was it King Herod that those who was it? That,
the wise men.
Yeah, they came to see him, and
they had a dream that said, "Don't go back this way."
Yeah. Okay, so and I don't think he was a great man, but he had that dream, and it told him to do this or them to do that. So I guess so.
Oh, I think anyone. I think no matter who you are, if you're getting a dream, if you remember it, there's probably some significance to it. And I could be wrong.
But that's just interesting to me. It's like, why does... See, look, this is why I feel like with AI and like the advanced... I don't really want to call it advancement in technology, because I feel like it's more regressing. It's just making us lazier. But like the higher volume of technology, I feel like with that, people have basically become bored with, actual life, that they create these things to make, they feel like life more exciting. But it's just so many things about the actual human life that I'm like, we don't know this fully. Yeah. Why are we not, fully, like, why does, when dreams happen, and you, like, okay, for instance, bro, like, I had a dream, I had a dream about, like, we went bowling at Chippewa, like, actually, like, in real life, me and my girl went bowling at Chippewa, and when the pins would reset, one of the pins would just, like, the floor was so slippery, it would fall.
Okay.
And so when you bowled, it never counted that pin falling. So let's just say I hit 9 out of the 10 pins. One had already fell, so I should have got one for that, but it wouldn't count that. So there'd be no pins up. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that just kept happening. So in my dream, that was happening in my dream.
Wow.
And so, obviously this was something that frustrated me. But, it's like, what am I supposed to, why did my brain choose to put this in my sleep? Or, what I'm saying, why did I choose to have this dream? Or even just random other dreams. Like, why did my brain put this in there for me to dream about? Like, am I supposed to learn something about this? Like, what is the purpose of this? So just so many things about the human anatomy, the human body, the human life. Like, there's so many things that, I'm sorry, that was a dumb way to
No, that
use
makes
the
total
example.
sense.
But there's so many things that, we don't know. And then now with technology, like for instance, navigation, we're getting further and further away from being connected with the earth. So if a person doesn't know their way around, how much more respect are you going to have for the place that you're living or inhabiting if you don't even know enough to know where you're going or know enough to how to preserve? So, I'm constantly on routes, right? So I'm delivering. One of the things I hate the most is delivering to a dirty house. Trash everywhere, all that stuff. That's a person that doesn't respect their own
environment. Yeah.
Exactly. So if they don't respect the environment that they inhabit,
Lawnmower and 2 cars in the front yard, and there's trash everywhere.
bro, that's going to tell you everything about the individual. They don't respect themselves. They respect nobody else. They don't respect anything.
Right.
They're selfish.
Yeah.
So, it's so many things that we could learn about the earth and stuff like that, or even just human life that we don't know. And so instead of continuing our life with figuring that stuff out, we're like, nah,
We'll let technology figure it out.
yeah, we're gonna let it fix it for us.
No, I think you're so right because technology deals in like zeros and ones.
Yeah.
So everything is data. Data. And the human experience is not. There's a lot of data.
Yeah.
It helps us out. I mean, a lot of our world's built on it. I watched this AI. I don't know if you've seen it. It was on social media recently where it's AI watching through the camera and tracking at a coffee shop the baristas as they're making stuff and the people while they're sitting there. And in real time, they're saying it's letting you know how long a customer sits in a location. And above their head, it had 25 minutes, hour and 25 minutes, 2 hours and 10 minutes. It had those numbers for the customers. And then for the baristas, it was tracking how many cups of coffee they're making. And you would see above it, it would say, Olga had made 3 cups. She was on her phone, chilling by the corner. And Heidi had 20 cups so far. And she was out there working. And then 2 other workers had 10 cups. And so you could see who was more productive and who wasn't.
Right.
And I think that information's good.
Yeah.
But I was talking to my dad about this and explaining. He's like, but the thing about AI is you can look at that data and say, okay, we need to fire Olga for sure.
Yeah.
And Heidi needs a raise. But maybe there's someone that didn't make 20 cups but made 15 cups. But every time someone walked in, they greeted them and talked to them and made them feel welcome. And then they're like, I had a great experience. I'm going to come back.
Right.
You're giving stuff to the person who's the most productive, but that most productive may not be as personable. AI is not going to be able to track that as well.
Because it can't track human emotion.
Right.
It's just
the data of how this stuff is done.
Which is cool, bro, because like, I'm not somebody that's the most emotionally present. Sometimes I can operate machine-like because, I use logic a lot of times, or it would make sense, or I'm more of a finishing tasks.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's like, if you go into a drive-through, bro, like, or to a restaurant, and when you're greeted, like, okay, yeah, you want to come back.
Yeah.
Like I used to work at Meyer, bro, and I was the systems monitor, which is basically like, troubleshooting the technology and stuff like that, like hardware problems, software issues. Every now and then they would put me on a register. Bro, I lie tell not. I had customers jumping out of someone else's line to get in mine because they enjoyed talking to me. Yeah. And it's like, they're going to come to, Meyer to shop, not because of me, but they're going to enjoy their experience when they go in the line with the person that they're ringing them up because they liked the conversation or they liked the experience or the customer service. And so like, you can't put any data or stats or analysis on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the human experience. And that's what's beauty in it. Like you really do feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like you could, this person, they have, they average 4 scans every 2 seconds.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but there's the human element.
Right. Yeah. And then we're getting to the point where we're just putting machines in,
Mm-hmm.
right? The self-checkout. And it's like, if you want a machine, but when I go, I want to go to someone.
Yeah.
And because half the time the machine it can't troubleshoot stuff. It can just do its process.
Yeah.
And then you still have to have a human that monitors
Mm-hmm.
it. And then if one human's monitoring 8 machines, they're not going to come to me when I have my alcohol and I need to get ID. That's
sure.
such a pain. It's like I need to go.
Exactly.
It's it's interesting.
And I'm curious on like what's the with the rate of the advancement of technology. I hate to say advancement because I feel like we're regressing with the higher volume of technology. How much technology we've gone and how deep it's gone. Align that with the stats of the average human suffering from anxiety, depression.
Yeah.
I'd like to see like the stats like neck and neck with that. Like,
look when 2008 is when the iPhone came out.
okay,
And that is, you can see a huge correlation of both things, anxiety and depression increasing then, as well as technology increasing at that point too. Adoption of technology.
yeah, because I've had conversations with people and like we grew up with
Without it and with it.
yeah. So I remember being 5 and being introduced to the Mac computer back when I had like the
The little bubble.
yeah
The different colors.
yeah. So like in kindergarten we were using internet, all that stuff. But again, like you said, we were like right in between. So we were still outside, still doing all these things, hanging out with friends. We didn't have cell phones until like
High school. That's
Yeah.
when I got mine.
right. Yeah, me too. And so, and even then, like Twitter was around, Facebook was
it
around,
was
MySpace.
T9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, like type 4 times just to get one letter. Like,
Yeah. And
But-
it cost, every text you sent and received cost for me. Because
Bro.
we didn't have a plan. We had the
Oh, bro.
track phones or whatever,
Yes.
the ones that the cheapest. Like
free nights and weekends.
Yeah.
Bro, like, oh my goodness. I was just talking to my girl about that this morning. I
Yeah.
said, do you remember free nights and weekends? She's like, no.
Yeah.
But, so, bro, like,
I remember, I'll sidetrack for a second.
No, you're
I
good.
remember a friend of mine, they were on Verizon and I was still paying, it was a third of $1 every time I would send a text. It was like 30 cents and received a text. And I remember talking to my friend and she's like, yeah, this past month I sent 20,000 texts, because they would get the receipts of it to her friends. And I'm like, because I equated how much that was for me. That was thousands of dollars.
bro, that's like, girl, what?
Yeah.
You remember Centennial and US Cellular and Singular? Like, come on now. But yeah, no, I was saying like, with that we were kind of in between, so we were still out there. But the younger generation, now I've had conversations with people who are like 25, 20, 21, and no disrespect to them, bro, but what I've noticed, a lot of them have a hard time having conversations.
It's a skill.
It is.
And if you aren't working it,
They online, they're a certain presence. In person, they're different.
yeah.
When it comes to resolving conflict, they don't know how to do it. They resort to I'm gonna sound like
Twitter
a dick.
fingers.
Yeah. A lot of motherfuckers are online. A lot of motherfuckers are very sensitive.
Yeah.
Because they equate a certain reaction. Like, bro, you talk to old people. Bro, there's a lady at Walmart. So when I'm working, I have to unload. That's my first stop of the day. Walmart. The first time I ever unloaded there, I was at the wrong receiving door. And I was knocking. I was banging on the door. Because that's what they told me to do, bang on the door. I was doing it for like a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The old lady, she goes up to that window, and I was supposed to be on the other side. I could see her through like the little hole in the window, and she's like that. Now,
Really?
any other individual, and they see like you just, and for those that can't see, if they hear this on like Apple, just imagine me like, pointing in a certain direction, but like really mean.
Yeah.
So like that reaction will cause someone to be like, oh, you're being rude and da-da-da. When I got to the other side, and she opened the door, I opened mine, and I didn't say anything mean to her. We were talking for a little bit. She was like, yeah, you just got to unload, in the sweetest voice, you just got to unload over here. You know what I'm saying? We usually meet over here because on that side, that's for this, and over here is what we usually unload. And I was like, okay. Now, me and her, we're cool. Like, we talk regularly whenever I come over there. We have good conversations. You know, she was like, oh, so what'd you do this past weekend? Da, da, da. Beautiful. So anyone else, they see that, they get offended.
Right.
Oh, this lady's this way. And now they have that image in their head, and that's how they think of this person. So
When they could come into the first conversation, she's not met you, but you got that experience.
Exactly.
You come in with a vibe because
Yep.
you received that.
Yep.
You're just spitting right back.
Yep.
And it's like, and then now her first impression of you is just, she didn't realize maybe that what she did, and now she thinks you're just a jerk.
Yeah.
Right? And
Exactly.
then now that whole relationship's all, and then you have to see him every single day.
Exactly, bro. So, and the thing with, like, you know, the older people, they understand, like, hey, I've been a human long enough. Just because I say this or react this way doesn't mean this.
Right.
The thing with people who are younger, they're so glued to technology, they think that, okay, this means that.
Right.
No.
Right. It's way more nuanced.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. You know, younger generation, and I hate to sound like a boomer, but for real, man, like, younger generation, they take things a certain way, and that's where the context gets mixed up. So, like, for instance, bro, like, we were just talking earlier about how, you know, you plant those seeds of, like, little white lies, and now you just, you know, mixed up everything. You don't know whether to trust or believe. We're living in an age, and because of technology, you can manipulate it. We don't know what's true and what's not.
Well, yeah, it's gone.
So everyone that's coming up that centers their life around technology, no wonder they have depression, anxiety, all this other stuff, because, bro, the devil's playground, you know what I'm saying, at that point. It's like anything negative is possible. So you have no choice but to think of these negative things whenever they come up, and you think less and less about the positive, less and less about actual human life. So someone might say,
well, negative reactions gets more engagement.
Yeah.
Always.
bro, every time. That's why people have these viral moments. Like, oh, such an, like,
Oh, hood fights. I would see that on Twitter all the time, or what, you know what I'm saying? And it's not hood fights. It's fights all over the place. You know, it's at Walmart. So it's every type of person. But I think that's the name of the. But I like watching them.
I like watching them too. I'm guilty. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's funny.
Sometimes I get annoyed with them. I'm like, all right, I don't need them.
Like,
Who you think was right?
right?
I'm like,
bro.
come on,
Is
dude,
he in the wrong?
Yeah.
Like, when
I
Will-
watched 30 seconds of this. I don't know what happened before, what happened after, what was the whole context. All I see is the fight, which is the best part.
Bro,
But
yeah.
I'm not trying to watch 10 minutes of them yelling at each other and who started the whole thing. Yeah. Will Smith.
Exactly.
You're about to say Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith and Chris Rock situation.
Yeah.
You know, the social media spent a good amount of time discussing that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, why are we talking about that?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a certain thing that happened. We don't understand, you know, why this or why that. That's none of our business. You know, I seen I might get attacked for this, but
Do it.
I seen no, it's fine. Hey, this is your podcast, free space. I seen a meme on Facebook, and it said, when it's dinner time, who eats first, the dad or the kids? And a lot of people that had their opinions.
Yeah.
And so, okay, the
That's interesting.
okay, so I'll tell you my take, and then I'll tell you what was the popular take was
kids, right?
kids.
Yeah.
And a lot of the women would say, like, oh, they said I'm feeding the kids first, and some men were like, no, y'all, you know, I'm gonna feed my kids first, I'll eat last. I felt like, okay, well, the husband should eat first.
Is it provided for it?
Yeah, he provided for it, and it shows the kids like, hey, this is the wife is respecting the head of the household. We have this roof over our head, we have this food on the table because he went out and got it for us. He did his part. I'm going to compliment him by not only cooking the meal but serving him first. And it shows the kids, hey, dad goes first, then you guys.
Yeah.
Shows the order. That's where my thinking was at.
Are you familiar with? There's a thing. I mean, it's etiquette. So they have all these rules about etiquette, like where your forks go,
Yep.
how to do all this stuff, how you do these things. In that world, it's like the higher level of eating. I mean, probably the aristocrats ate that way or whatever. Who knows if it's legit or not? But I remember going to this thing, and it was everyone gets served. and you sit there and you don't eat until the host eats. Host actually starts it, and then everyone. And so when I go into business meetings, I figure out who is the person that I would say is the senior, and or they're buying the meal or they're doing that, and I don't eat until they start because I want to show respect that way.
Yeah.
So it is a thing of like I think about that when I'm in those settings. Like if this is their house, I'm not eating to show respect because there's an underlying current of that's kind of how it's supposed to be done. Whether it's legit or not, I still kind of respect that.
It is a respect thing, and it that.
I would say honestly, everyone gets served, but no one eats until we all do it together.
Right.
That's probably how I would do it. But
hey, and that's fine. That's okay. And that, hey, however you want to do it, cool. Yeah. But it's just the funny thing that...
It's funny that that's so divisive and people are like, yeah.
People that don't even know you will attack you.
Probably not a right answer.
It probably isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's crazy.
Right. If you feel that's how you want to do it, go ahead. That's up to you. The only reason you even know this about me is because...
But also those kids probably should learn a little patience.
They should.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they should.
Because you're not always going to get everything right away.
Exactly.
It's just the world we live in, so... Yeah.
And too, like, it's, it's a respect thing. It's a respect thing. I know a lot of people, when they didn't agree with that take, and it's just like, and not to say, and again, I want to clarify, not to say that everybody grew up like this, but a lot of people that felt like, oh, well, no, I'm not feeding my husband first and da-da-da. It's like, well, you probably didn't grow up with a dad. And no offense to you, but it's just like, of course that would sound bizarre. My mom, I live with my parents. They separated when I was in like 5th or 6th grade, but got back together. But throughout my life, my mom would make the meal. She would make my dad's plate first, and then tell us to come and get it. We never had a problem with it.
Yeah,
I respected my dad. I respected my mom. Always felt that way. Never disrespected them. Never felt like, oh, you're wrong. Y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. I was like, no, like I always respected my parents, and it sounds crazy. But if you didn't grow up in that situation, of course it's going to sound crazy.
Yeah. So, that's... go back to the anxiety and depression and all that stuff. So I do summer camp for kids. And it's interesting how many kids coming from good families, good backgrounds, are dealing with so many negative thoughts. I mean, I had negative thoughts, but I don't know if it was as accelerated because I didn't have the internet when I was their age. And they're online, and then they're comparing themselves to the Kardashians or whoever, let's say in the Christian circle, who would be someone that's Sadie Robinson, the Lecrae, right? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Lecrae. We can go into that. I have some things about Lecrae that I will say, but
interesting.
Anyways, yeah, I'm not a big fan, but.
Hey, look, go ahead.
I get, yeah.
Yeah, when we get there, we'll get there.
We'll, in a second. They're comparing themselves to so many people and their friends, but then on social media, it's literally the best thing. When I post on social media, I'm posting my daughter. I'm posting accomplishments. I'm posting all these things. It's the best of what is in my world. You're seeing a very small fraction of something that I've worked really hard towards, but you don't see all the struggle, tough stuff.
Yep.
And then when people post their struggle, I'm like, I don't really care because I'm struggling over here on myself. I don't want to see your struggle, whether that's legit or not. You're probably going through a hard struggle, and I understand, but I've got so much I got to deal with that I can't deal with your struggle, and that's the human existence. And so these kids are dealing with, and then they're not being trained on how to deal with negative thoughts. Like, we have 10,000 thoughts in our brain a day.
Yep.
And a lot of them are negative.
Yep.
And it's not bad to have negative thoughts, but there's also, it's like I have a lot of weeds in my garden. You got to pick them sometimes because you don't want them to grow huge into something awful. So.
What's the, I can't remember the specific scripture, but it basically says like God doesn't put something. He basically doesn't give you something that you can't handle.
Yeah.
And so, I really, bro, like...
No temptation that you can't get through. Yeah, right.
So I really, feel like that's true because whenever there's an issue, an obstacle that comes in the way, when you overcome it, you feel so much better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you actually put your mind towards overcoming said issue, you know, it becomes a lot more meaningful. You become a lot more proud of yourself.
That's the basis of all video games.
Bro. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
We love video games.
And exactly. That's why you keep playing. You're not just like, oh, this shit sucks. I fucking suck at this game. I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like, you try to get better at it.
Yes.
And I think, I think because of the instant gratification, you know what I'm saying, the higher volume of technology and stuff like that, you know, especially with social media, a lot of the younger generation, like you said, they see the Kardashians. They see a lot of these
celebrity influencers.
Exactly. And they only see highlights.
Right.
You know, and they don't see the stuff that goes into it. Like, you know,
the 8 divorces that Kim said, or 4 divorces.
Bro, Chris Humphries, like Kanye, Reggie Bush, like
imagine being married to someone who's psychotic.
Bro, yeah, it's like
that life wouldn't be great.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? They attacked him, and it's like, I'm not saying he's any better, but the mom, she's not
there either.
Y'all gotta look at the track record too, bro. Like but you know, especially like with music, bro. Like I don't want to segue back into that, but it just kind of ties in with music. People will see the instant success, or not even instant success. They'll see the success of an individual, and they feel like it's supposed to happen very quick. And you could tie that into with any profession, any career, any type of avenue.
It's like a lottery winner.
Yeah, and then it's just like, well, there was really no, like, I can give you $1 million, but you will never know how to get $1 million. That's the difference. You know, I remember talking to somebody one time, and they said, nobody owes you anything. So if you walk around, and mind you, I have thoughts every day where I'm just like, bro, I just wish $200,000 would just fall out the sky. Like,
me too.
Yeah, bro. Like,
all the time.
Exactly. But it's like, you'll never know how to get that if something like that happens. So you will never, like, you'll be lazy, and you feel a lot better when you will literally enjoy the fruits of your labor with anything, whether it be, you know, work, all that stuff. And because of how everything is being made easy, you know, the human element, the human experience, it gets cheated because we've involved technology. Yeah. We want to do all these things easier. Like, and not to shit on people, but look at fast food.
Oh yeah.
Bro, have you seen the what's that movie? It's about McDonald's.
Oh, Super Size Me.
No, not that one.
No. Oh, the one that's
The Founder.
The Founder, yeah.
Have you seen that?
I haven't, but I've heard about it.
Bro, all right. You mind if I spoil it for you a little bit?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay.
My parents have told me about it.
Okay. I think you should watch that movie.
I'm never going to McDonald's again because of that.
I have, but it's really sad.
Yeah.
So the way McDonald's has started was very different from how it is.
Right.
And then when you look at
franchiser that kind of cheated.
Ray Kroc, yep. And he lied about everything. And he left his own. His wife supported him. He left her, got with a different, like, bro, like, this dude was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like they had Michael Keaton play him, and I like him as an actor, so it was kind of fucked up because like now I associate him with this guy.
Yeah.
But like the dude was a piece of shit, bro. Like he lied to the actual founders of McDonald's. They signed over their rights to their name.
And they're the McDonald brothers or whatever.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
And he owns it. They tried to
start something across the street, right?
And it ended up getting shut down.
Yeah.
And the way that,
it's so evil.
Yeah, like he uses artificial.
Oh yeah.
All this stuff like it.
Yeah. What's real beef? You're like, oh yeah, real beef. But no, that's just the name of the company that they buy their artificial stuff from.
Exactly.
It's not actual real beef. It's just the name. It's so deceptive.
The ice cream, all that stuff, not real.
Oh yeah, it's like 60% wood pulp.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just filler.
Exactly, bro. And it's just like when stuff like that happens, you take away like the actual like real life experience of how this is supposed to taste because you want a sped up process. You want to get more customers, feed more people, get more money.
Yeah.
And it takes away from like the naturalness of something. So
but like I don't want to eat. I have not had McDonald's in years because I think it's just garbage.
It is, bro. As a person who eats it not every day, but it's not good.
But it's like I think a lot of us we've been living in this artificial world, and we kind of want more authentic. I want something that's real. Like it's cool, and I go back to music. Let's go back to music. It's cool to hear all these stuff, but I can't go see Drake.
No.
I mean, I could if I had billions of dollars.
If I had the money, I'd go to a Drake concert. I'll tell you that right now.
But I can go to someplace and hear live music, and that's way more impactful for me. And we're going to get to the point where the hits are going to be all AI. I'll never go get to see those people. I'd rather see someone who's creating something and crafting it, and it may not be amazing.
Thank you. Shut that shit off.
That's why I said you need to come at 8 because so Goshen starts to wake up and you know what's going on in the morning. Yeah, it's easier when everyone's still asleep. You know, your dog's barking.
No, you're right though.
Yeah,
I agree. You know, with to expound on your point a little bit, like not even just music, but just anything. Like when technology rears its ugly head, that's when you know, like, all right, this is a money move. We're trying to do things quicker. We're not trying to do it efficient. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't want to wait. And bro, like everyone's more impatient.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's more impatient. Like everybody wants everything.
We're gonna scroll.
Bro, now.
6 seconds.
I was talking to a kid I used to work with, bro. Great kid, bro. He was awesome, man. But he would literally show me outfits that he would put together, which I think is dope. You know what I'm saying? He was, I bought this designer, da-da-da. Like, I would style my friends. I was like, have you ever thought about being a stylist, man? He was like, nah, I never thought about it. But I say that to say, he lives out here, Elkhart County. And he's focusing more on, $1,000 designer. And it's like, for what?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to, what they said, keeping up with the Joneses?
Yeah.
What you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like, y'all are so focused on, living this lifestyle of this person who is successful. Mind you, they had to work to get there. So, prior to that,
$1,000 is $20 to them.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Where $1,000 to you is like $10,000. I mean, it's so hard to get. Yeah.
For sure. For sure. So it's just like that focus is, I want to be up here, and in order for you to be up here, you got to look up there. And it's like, yeah, it's cool and all, but again, y'all are taking away.
Make it until you make it.
Yeah. Y'all are taking away real life experiences. So y'all think, when y'all go online, y'all see your favorite celebrity, y'all see your favorite, influencer, whatever. You see them doing something, and now you feel like you have to do something. I remember there was a Twitter, there's a tweet somebody made, and it said, Drake made y'all hate certain brands because he trashed it. And then it showed a compilation of Drake talking about certain, like, brand, like I love New Balance shoes, but he had said something bad about New Balance in a song or whatever. Right. So now people hear that like, oh, I gotta stop wearing New Balance, or I gotta stop wearing flannels, or I gotta stop wearing this. It's like, nah. If you like it, love it, keep with it. So what? Yeah.
And who is because Drake's honed his craft and he's speaking things into existence, right? Who is influencing him?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And telling him, hey, push this.
Yep.
I mean, he pushes Nike, right? You know what I mean? And Nike, and we're not going to get into that, but there's some stuff there too,
Yep.
It's, I don't have $1,000. I buy my stuff thrift or whatever. It's just clothes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like, if I'm going to splurge, it's not going to be designer. Like this, this Bass Pro Shop. No, it's not Bass Pro Shop. It says New York City. It's a pigeon. I got this from like a underground,
it's cool
store in New York, bro. Like,
yeah,
I like stuff like that.
And it's in if you design for this area, then it's and then people in this area will more gravitate towards it. If he's in Elkhart County, why not design for this area? It's someone was telling me, I think it was my sister. We were talking about a lot of our fashion comes from East and West Coast, and because that's where it's being created. But in those areas, it's a lot warmer climate. Yeah, it's different. And where we're at, we have winter and summer and stuff. And the clothing style that we should be wearing, it should be adapted for our area. More linens, more wool, and we're basing our stuff off of the East and West Coast. It's like, but their style is not going to fit our climate.
Like I always get confused when I see them rocking like flannels or like Carhartt.
Yeah,
I'm like,
come on, man. We've been rocking that for a while.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all are not from here, bro.
Well,
like,
they're just gonna bump the price up.
Yeah, bro. Okay, so speaking of Carhartt, man, I love Carhartt. I'm a big Carhartt fan. There is so you know how like Adidas and then there's like Adidas Sport, or Nike running.
Yeah.
Carhartt has that too.
Oh, okay.
So not sport, but they have Carhartt work in progress.
Okay.
So the Carhartt work in progress is more like streetwear.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? So like with normal Carhartt, when you buy like the jackets,
Yeah.
the Carhartt jackets are made for people who wear it
Right.
like in the farms.
Right.
Like it's bulky, it's big, it's for weather.
Right.
Carhartt, like work in progress, is more like you'll buy the jacket and it's slim fit. Something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So it's not for purpose, it's for fashion.
Exactly.
What?
Yep. And which,
I mean, it makes sense.
yeah, like it looks nice, you know what I'm saying? But the price of that shit shot up.
Really?
Yeah. So when it comes to the work in progress, like, bro, what you would buy, the jacket on the actual website is probably like maybe double what you would buy on work in progress.
Really?
Yeah. And like, it's nice, but I'm not spending $500 on a jacket.
Yeah.
I'm not spending $125 on a shirt.
Doesn't do the thing it needs to do.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
That's the whole point of the
Yeah.
Carhartt was for the working people.
Yeah, bro. That's what it's for. But, it's like I ain't gonna lie. Like, I wear Timberlands.
Mm-hmm. I like Tim's.
Yeah, I like them. But, they're for
Yeah.
work.
On the job.
Yeah. They're not for, fashion.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I like, Tim's are cool though.
I do love. I had the pair I got right now. I've had them for 6 years now. I got to get me a new pair. I got them in New York.
That's the, where they should be.
Yeah, that's
Right. Tim's are definitely a New York thing.
Bro, you know what? I think. Okay, no, I'm thinking of something else. I thought Tim's were made. They're from Michigan.
They might be. I
think
just
so.
know that New York is the one that reps that style hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a
I wonder who's the first person that just wore them. It was just
Kamala
like,
Harris.
yeah, no, those are diet Tim's, bro.
I know the black ones.
Yeah.
Like, okay, come on, bro.
I wonder who was the first person that just wore them and was just like, this is what we're doing. This is New York.
Mm.
And it's like, why would you? And mind you, bro, like I've hooped in Tim's.
No way.
I played basketball in Tim's, bro. Like my feet were hurting, but I did it. Like I was crossing over, like driving to the basket. Like, bro, I did that. But to walk around
Yeah, New York and that would be tough too.
crazy and like
Yeah.
these motherfuckers don't have license.
Yeah.
Like it's public transportation everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
So you're walking. Like I done walked mad blocks just to get
To this thing.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, imagine doing this in Timberlands.
Yeah.
Like your feet are just
Shot, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, no, they're for winter. They're for on the job site. They're supposed to cover you. They're not for comfortable walking.
I know.
Hiking.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I think like, older people when they look at like like younger fashion, they're just like, why are y'all using this for fashion when it's for this? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, y'all don't get it. It's style. It's like, no, it's not.
What is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just crazy. The world we're living in, bro. I talked a little bit about the Amish, but I'm wondering if they have some stuff right. Like
The Amish?
yeah,
I agree.
let's not adopt technology right away. Let's see what it does and then start to adopt it.
No, when they say that the technology is like of the devil, I agree 100%, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bro, porn is on the
Yeah.
internet. Like,
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
And
rampant
you
now.
have a pocket full of porn,
Bro,
all the time. Yeah.
rampant. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That, bro, the dark web.
Mhm.
Like you can order it. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this,
a
but
human
yeah,
to your house. Yeah.
you can traffic. You can get a hitman.
Mm-hmm.
All these things. I watched I don't remember what the movie was called, but Idris Elba's in it,
Oh yeah.
and the guy that played Did you watch that new Batman with
I know, but the Batman guy, the one who plays Batman, or
Yeah, he's from Twilight.
yeah, I don't remember.
Okay,
I
what
know who you're talking about.
what about,
Ben Affleck?
No.
It's not Ben Affleck. It's
Robert Pattinson.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know who his butler was? Who's Alfred in that movie? Okay. Do you remember Black Panther?
Yes.
The guy Claw.
Okay.
Okay, him.
Oh, okay.
He's in this movie with Idris Elba.
Okay.
He is like crazy,
Okay.
but he was like kidnapping people, and he live streamed on the dark web
No, yeah.
him like killing people or having other people kill each other.
Yeah, I saw commercials for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah.
So I was
It
watching
was like
that
there was like a chat room and they would watch it.
bro.
Yeah.
And then like it would just show the people that were tuned into that stuff, and they just look crazy. Or
Oh, they
weird.
love it. They're
Yeah.
probably politicians. And
Yep.
High
Yep.
level. Yeah.
And it's just like that shit exists on the internet.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course that would be like the devil's work, bro. Like, who would think like, okay, we have this thing called the internet, and you can buy stuff from here. You could order food from this. You can da-da-da. Oh, by the way, we can live stream us killing people.
Right.
Or I can sell you a human on here.
Right.
Why would you think to do that?
I don't know if it is the devil's playground, but this stuff was happening already, always.
Oh, it was.
You know, it's just now we have access to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was been live killings and people, human sacrifices.
Yeah,
and
that's true. Yep.
Slavery.
I was just gonna say that.
It may be way more now than it's ever been before.
Yeah.
But we can see it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe at times we didn't have access to that. So I'm thinking about. Do you remember when Sam Smith went to the Grammys and he was the devil and he?
Yeah.
Oh, and people were freaking out about it.
He looked like the WB frog.
Yeah.
The top hat on.
Yeah.
So what you doing, bro?
Yeah. What are you doing? But it's like that. What he was doing has been done for centuries.
Yep.
Like he's just doing a ritual that was done 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. But it was at a temple with 100 people, and now he's doing that same ritual, and everyone's seeing it. But it's just now spreading it more.
Nothing new under the sun, man.
Yeah, nothing new.
Everything's the same.
And it's like, for a long time, that stuff wasn't in our face, but now we can see it.
Yeah.
We can do stuff about it, but it's like now it's everywhere.
Yeah, but can you really? I mean, you can, but it's just like, I don't know. The stuff has good shock value, but
Yeah.
the, for instance, when a certain movement happened, it's like, how long does that last? Same things continue to happen.
Yeah.
It's like 7 billion people. It's like, bro, I got to go pay bills. You're not going to change my mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Like, when, they talk about the civil rights movement and stuff like that. Yeah, in the 60s, boom.
There was an impact.
It was an impact.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Also,
motherfuckers still getting beat up and cussed at, and yeah, they are.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't change human nature. I heard a stat that though I do think there is changing happening, but in the 60s, they ran a poll in America and they said, how many of you would be okay with a black president? Americans. And only 30% said they'd even be okay with it. And then they ran that poll in like 2018 and it was 3% were against it.
Yeah.
So there is stuff changing. I think the majority of people, we had a black president, it's totally cool.
Yeah.
But like, when you come from a place where majority of people were like, no way, and that was probably part of the civil rights movement that pushed that.
Right.
But there's still human nature. People are going to hate on people no matter what.
It's going to happen, bro. And I think like,
I forget what that stat was. It was something like that. I was like, whoa, that's fascinating to hear that, you know?
Well, I mean, knowing that, the commander in chief and what his job is, I don't think it really matters on who is in charge. I think, the fascination that people have with like, oh, well, what if we get our first Latino president? Or what if we get like our first Asian president, first woman president?
Indian,
Yeah, it's just like, all right, well, you don't even have to think about that. Bro, that whatever country that, your heritage is from, they have a leader that is of that same nationality.
Yeah, there's
same
an
race.
Indian president.
Yeah, there is. There's a prime minister, whatever. Like, they have that. Like, you don't need to pretend.
Yeah.
Like, it's there. And you see how things
The
are
first
in that
black
country.
president was in Africa.
Exactly, bro. So I'm just like, you see how that, I can't remember, I think it was Nigeria. Yeah. They had some bullshit going over there.
Yeah.
And with their leader, and it was just kind of like, oh man, like, people here in the States are just like, man, if we had a black president prior to Obama, if we had a black president, things would be da-da-da. And it's just like,
yeah.
I mean, you don't have to imagine like there's stuff going on over there. You see how things are. Plus, it's not really up to the president. It is up to everything else. The president is basically just a spokesman. He's kind of like he's like Nick Cannon on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I'm going to host this shit.
Yes.
Event coordinator, but
you don't make the decisions. You
exactly, bro. Plus, too, like, I think people are so tied into that stuff that they don't be realizing, like, I don't think you understand how tough it is to lead a nation, bro. Like, You ever been in a classroom and there's a teacher, their responsibility is to oversee 30 kids.
Yeah.
And 30 kids need your attention in certain ways. There's some kids where, you know, you can
way
tell
more
them,
than others.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's like, imagine doing that with the entire population of the states. You know,
350 million.
exactly. To where, you know, let's say in poor, I don't even gonna make this a race thing. I'll say in poorer neighborhoods, they require a certain attention, and you could try to benefit them, and that's why we got two parties, right? So Democrat, Republican. Taxes will pay for certain programs for this, but then that's taking out of the people who are working hard and working for their money and this and that. So they're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
And then, exactly. So it's,
I hear that. But they do that and they'll make it divisive.
yep,
But in reality, they're like, how much money can we get for the rich people?
exactly.
All day long, dude. We send trillions and trillions of dollars to who knows where, and it's getting money laundered and going right back into the rich people's pockets.
Bro.
But then they're like, oh, these poor people are trying to steal from you. It's like, no, dude. That's not what it is.
Exactly.
The rich people are stealing. They're extracting money in gobs, bro.
Yeah, bro, they don't.
Gobs.
Like, when I found out that Joe Biden used to be a Republican,
I didn't know that.
yeah, bro, he used to be, he was on the, man, it might have been like early 2000s.
What? Joe Biden was a Republican?
Bro, yeah.
He ran as
He ran as Republican, like, early on, bro. He didn't make it to where it's like he's on the main stage, because I think that was around the time when John Kerry was going up against George Bush.
He was a Democrat in the 80s, though.
Was he?
He's the one that pushed the crime bill, and he was a Democrat back then.
Okay.
And he's ran for a couple times. Though he could, I know, I don't know. Maybe even prior to that, but he's ran for president a couple times. Joe Biden has.
He's like
And-
the guy who like is constantly chasing after the girl and she keeps leaving him on red.
Yeah.
She finally gives him a chance, but it's like way late.
He's like, I like ice cream.
Yeah. And I feel bad because like that motherfucker is old. Like
yeah.
he's just not making any sense.
Gone. Most competent crackhead son ever, though.
Bro, his son is, bro, look, I don't know how we did not even start off talking about his son. His son is probably my favorite person on the internet right now. Bro.
Really?
Bro, he is crazy.
Oh, dude, he is.
Bro, you hear about the was it cocaine or was it crack that was in the White House?
Cocaine, yeah.
Cocaine. Dog.
Yeah.
What?
And they won't tell you who it is.
Oh, we know.
We know, yeah.
We know who the fuck that
Yeah,
was.
and you see him high as can be on. Yeah.
Bro, imagine you being... bro, imagine if that shit would have came... It did, actually. When Trump said it. And I'm not a Trump sport. I'm nothing. But, bro, if I was voting and Trump said, like, your son a crackhead,
Yeah.
that would shift my thinking. Like, I'm just going to go for
He did
Kanye.
say that.
He said it during the...
Yeah, the debates. They
Debates.
didn't debate a bunch either.
It's like,
2
bro...
debates total.
And they thought like, oh, well, he was just throwing shade. He was trashing. That has nothing to do with the debate. Bro, if you can't even manage your own household, how the fuck are you going to lead a nation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your son a crackhead, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
So, you know.
I've been thinking about the whole Trump thing, and it's like, it's interesting because Joe Biden gets into office, and, you know, Trump, no matter what you think about him, every move he made, we knew about it.
Yeah.
No matter what. Everything he said, we knew whether it was good or bad. One side would be like, oh, it's amazing he said that. The other side is like, he's doing that.
Right.
Everything he did. I can't figure out what's going on right now.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if we're at war with aliens. I don't know what's happening. I look and I look and I look and I look, and there's no information whatsoever.
Yep.
And so it's like we had 4 years of no matter what, if Trump farted, we would know about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now there's massive things happening, and I cannot figure out what's going on, and it frustrates me, dude. It's like I wish we had that information getting pushed to us all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I miss it a little bit. Like, at least I knew what was going on.
Are you saying you miss Trump?
Yeah. I don't miss Trump. I do miss, because I feel like at least I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on right now. And we're running head first into something. Yeah. Trump's not great. He's not a savior. Dude, so many people think he is.
Yes.
But at least I knew what was going on.
And just to clarify, y'all, we are not endorsing Trump. I am no way supporting Trump. I don't support politics at all. Like, at all. I've seen the mistakes they've made since...
Yeah.
When Obama came to my high school, bro, after that, I was just kind of like, all right. I see what's going on, bro.
Yeah.
I'm cool, bro.
He came to your high school?
He did, bro.
Yeah.
I was a freshman.
No way.
I was a freshman. Obama came to Concord High School, bro.
Wow. He came 3 times to Elkhart County when he was in office.
Bro, Trump came here too, bro. Like,
Really? Yeah.
and it says a lot because they're just like, oh yeah, like Elkhart. Da, da, da. I was like, y'all know we was like going through a financial crisis, bro.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we was broke as shit, bro.
Yeah,
Was
1 in 3
unemployed.
people were
Yeah,
unemployed.
like I did not want the nation to know, like, oh, they some broke motherfuckers over there. Like, where you from, Elkhart? Oh, y'all poor over there, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want that. So he came for the wrong reasons.
It's weird. I wish, I don't know. It's just the whole thing. It is, for a long time, people were like, America's messed up. And I was like, no, we're good. Like growing up, like, no, we're messed up, but we're good. Things are going well.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, dude, we're in a really bad spot. Like, they've been, people that I didn't agree with way back then were right. They were the candle in the.
Hold on, I got pee real quick.
Okay. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we can.
We're at almost 11.
Okay,
so.
because bro, it's
I know. Yeah.
we cooking, bro. We're cooking.
I know. Okay. Yeah. Enough with the politics. We put that down. We don't need to keep cooking on that, bro. Dude, Black Jay, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, man. It was a beautiful morning, man. I thank you for getting me up, man. So
Just drinking coffee in the garden. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. On Instagram at blkk.j. On Twitter at blkk_j, and on TikTok at blkk.j.
Yeah.
If you want to keep up my music, or any hot takes I got on Twitter, or X. I'm sorry, X.
We'll call it Twitter.
We'll call it Twitter. Okay, and then you can find me also on what's the Instagram one? Threads. Same as my Instagram at blkk.j. So
I forgot about Threads.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people.
I forget too. I just use it as like a spam, or I just dump shit on there, like beats and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. We'll do this again. Yeah.
For sure.
And yeah, we definitely do not endorse Trump at all.
No, this is not a Trump supporter
Or
at
Biden.
all. No.
Don't endorse something else. We endorse local music.
Local music.
That's all we endorse.
Black J 2024.
All right. See you guys. Peace.
Later. Peace.